We live in a time of post-truth, so who better to help guide us than Friedrich Nietzsche, the philosopher of nihilism, where nothing is true, everything is permitted. But Nietzsche, contrary to popular opinion, did not set out to celebrate nihilism. Rather, he sought to diagnose it, to find out if there was a cure. For Nietzsche, the search for truth with a capital T was a fundamentally Christian search. But in his famous essay on the genealogy of morality, he concluded that truth would take the final logical step against itself by discovering that God does not exist. When Nietzsche famously declared that God is dead, he meant that the old transcendental values that religion provided no longer offer a common foundation upon which everyone could agree. And with no basis for truth, everyone could declare their own truths. Nietzsche thought that the news that God is dead had come too early for his time. Well, here we are. So did he see a way to navigate a post-truth world? The people Nietzsche was most interested in talking to were those he considered to be still living under what he called the shadows of God. Those who know that God is dead, but go on living as if he were still alive. That didn't include everyone. Nietzsche was quite happy to contend with the fact that the majority of people could continue to live as if God were still alive. But for those who know that he is dead, there is no turning back. Turning back is to fall into the nihilism Nietzsche was denouncing. Take Richard Spencer, the alt-right leader who claims to have been red-pilled by Nietzsche. He admits that he does not believe in God, but he affirms Christian values anyway as part of his inheritance as a white American. That's nihilistic, not to say racist, precisely what Nietzsche was fighting against. The same can be said of alternative facts, that posit the existence of an alternative truth. Such a truth no longer exists, which is why Nietzsche recommended that we observe the world from as many perspectives as possible. To behave as though it does is simply to retreat into a nihilistic affirmation of our own values. Instead, we must go forward. We must find new sources of legitimacy. Already mainstream media are fighting back. After Donald Trump's election last year, digital newspaper subscriptions exploded. Universities have a role to play too by engaging more with the public. And democracy has a role to play. Nietzsche thought that ultimately it would give rise to a new cultural elite because all life needs an aesthetic justification. God is dead, and we must step out of the shadows into a new light.